Morning. It's morning coffee. I was thinking this morning about some of the terms that we throw around: awakened, enlightened, woke, energy, chakras, all of these things that are trending words that we use today. A lot of people becoming more aware of the energy shift that's happening, and what it means and how we navigate it, and talking about these things, the energies, the meridians, the chakras, the awakenings, and and really what all of that means. And honestly, I think it's a good thing to think about what is an awakening. What does it mean to be enlightened? What does it mean to be aware? I saw someone shared a meme recently that says, I'm a woke individual, and so I am highly informed, and I went on to talk about some other things. And I think that there's some truth in that. I think I shared this once before. I think the difference between being an awakened individual and a woke individual for some people is there's a difference in the energy between those two words. And sometimes we get into a space where we wonder, do these semantics really matter? And I think it's important to understand that words carry energy. And I'll use these two words just as an example. I'll use another set of words in a second here. But these two words carry some different energy with them, because if you think about two individuals who identify themselves as awakened versus a person who identifies themselves as woke. Woke people will tend to, it can be more of a slang term that just, you just throw around. But really, if a person is really diving into that energy, there tends to be a lot of tension, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of tense energy in that individual around their awareness of the injustices and the things that need to change. With an awakened soul, there is also this awareness of the things that need to change. Both individuals have an awareness of things that need to change. The difference that I have observed is the woke person is angry, volatile, marching for change. This will, people will go down, etc., etc. There's anger. An awakened person is very much, things will change. Also, things will change. But instead of forcing that energy outward, they're turned that energy inward. Change begins with me. I will be the change that I wish to see, to quote the cliche. And they are aware at an intrinsic level. Change is not me shoving my opinions out into the world, and certainly there's a place for that. But change is not that. Change is me seeing how I impact change by being change, by being love. And I would use another comparison that I think is very poignant to any of us who have come out of religious wounding situations. And in the religious world, the word sin is a very, very big word. It carries heavy energy, 3 little letters, heavy energy. Even in those outside of the religious realm, you understand the heaviness of that energy in that little word. And the thing to understand, though, is if you look at the definition of the word is to miss the mark, to make a mistake, basically, to error. So if I come at you and I say, hey, Joe, you missed the mark. You made a mistake. You're like, oh, hey, yeah. At first you may not understand what I'm saying, and then I expand on how you made a mistake or how you were off track. And then you will either agree or disagree, and we'll have a discussion about it, right? Your posturing around my confrontation is not ugly. It's not defensive. It's not, what do you mean I made a mistake? For most people. If I came at you and said, hey, Joe, you sinned, you immediately, there's an immediate visceral response because we have been conditioned by the religious realm to understand this word, this 3-letter word, as something that puts our souls in jeopardy of danger, right? And so you see the difference in, and so words do matter. And sometimes people get very tied up in this, and words don't matter. It's just semantics. But semantics do matter. And I think as we go forward and we think about loving one another, we do need to choose our words carefully, and we need to understand the energies of various words and how they impact you, how they impact me, how they impact the consciousness in general. And so those are the things that I'm thinking about today. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts about that. And I do hope that on this Tuesday, it's raining here in my city. It's a rainy, dreary Tuesday, but hopefully for you it's not. Hopefully the sun is shining on this beautiful day as we head into spring, first day of spring. And have a wonderful day and enjoy this morning coffee.